I got no alias, Enkore, that is what the name is.
What are we gonna do?
Bombay, it's the Bay Boy. Blunt.
For this episode of Rolling Stone Sourced, we've got Enkore today, Bombay-based hip-hop artist, and he's going to be taking us around the Carter Road area, a few spots that inspired him whilst growing up and his artistry.
I just don't belong. If it kills me, I'll die. But I'm coming home. No, I ain't alone. Just don't belong. If it kills me, I'll die. But I'm coming home.
So right now we're in between Carter Road and Rizvi College in this little quiet by lane. So Enkore, when you start off, you were telling us when the first time you came here and your experiences in this place.
Yeah, this place is like always a good memory for me to come back to. Not only because I mean we shot some videos here and stuff. There's a couple on YouTube, but also because I started off online, right? A lot of my stuff, and after I started off online, then when I started attending events and going for gigs and cyphers and stuff, one of my first most memorable cyphers that I was emceeing, I mean we performed a little bit, but it was mainly a b-boy cypher.
Okay.
We threw down cardboards in this gully itself, and there were like 2-3 different b-boying crews that came down. Beast Mode organized it, which I used to be a part of, and that's always a good memory for me because I feel like that whole period in my life really brought me closer to that culture of hip hop and not just the the music. The fun thing about cyphers and even battles is you can never tell who is in what mood, right? Sometimes some guy is going to come and he's just going to kill that day, and you have to give respect, and that's why you really sharpen your your skills as an MC, because you never want to be the guy that gets owned, and then someone else going like, yo, you know what, that was cool, but boom. So that's always a dope one.
When I look into the sky, I don't think about the rain. No, I don't think about the rain. When I think about the past, I don't think about the pain. Cause I walk the game. Feel good. When I look into the sky, I don't think about the rain. No, I don't think about the rain. When I think about the past, I don't think about the pain. Cause I walk the game.
Libra Scale actually was called Libra Scale because it was at a point in my life where I was trying to balance a lot of stuff. I was studying, I was doing my BCom and my MBA and stuff while working on that. And music, and trying to organize like events, hip-hop events and stuff like that. So there was a lot work-wise and studying while I was doing, and also relationship-wise, like I was figuring what to do between yes and no, and just trying to balance different things. That's why I went to Libra Scale as the title. And this place actually brings back a fair few memories from that time and a little before.
You spoke about having multiple things to do, so how did you balance all that while also making the record?
I do not want to sound corny, but if there is a will, there is a way, man. I can't say that the album was mixed and mastered at the level that I wanted. But in terms of the writing and the production, and also like if there's a will, there's a way is something that people around you also recognize. Yeah. And I think even you make music, you can also attest to the fact that if you're working hard and what you're doing is your efforts are genuine. People around you whose help you need, whether it's a studio sound engineer or another vocalist or someone, they will be willing to help when they know that the work is good and the intention is good. And that's kind of the way, right? And you're creating the will. So things work out, I think, if you work hard enough. And I mean, it's not like they always work out. They work out amazing each time. But part of our job is to just keep going, and I think. Honestly, the munchy spot. Anytime we were hanging at the rocks near the promenade and get a bite before or after activities. then when I shot Socha Sach, I wanted to make sure we shoot. Actually, I wasn't hell-bent on shooting here, but I was really glad to shoot here. I wanted to shoot something which had food and all. Like in my head, I had this video where, you know, like we have shots of like tel ke andar things being fried and all. But then we had no budget and no time. Solo is another song which I had written some time back, and Captain Fuse, who produced that, he brought new life into it a little bit. And I was really excited to share it with the world, because with Bombay Soul, as much as it is true to me, it's not the only sound, although it's not the only side of my personality that there is, you know.
Wanna swipe right now, so you wanna check me out? Why not? What's this about? Are you gonna check my privilege? Are you gonna check me?
And I want to talk to you about one single in particular, which was one of my favorite songs of yours, Check My Privilege. Sonically, that song is like, wants to make you dance and everything, but lyrically there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want you to talk to me about the lyrics, man.
With Check My Privilege, I'll be honest, bro, we turned that song over with the video included in like 48 hours, I think. So it was part of this campaign that Tinder were doing. Raftaar had shot a music video with the same instrumental. And so they got in touch and they said, we want you to do your version and stuff. So I said, cool. And that line, Check My Privilege, not just me, is something that had been in my mind for a while. Like it was just like fermenting or, you know, being marinated a little bit. And then when I got this beat, I was like, cool, man, it's a fun song. But I don't like that. Like any of my fun songs are not shallow fun ever. Almost ever. Sometimes shallow fun. But so then I heard it, and it just went into that direction, and that chorus just like, it was basically about life and women and relationships, but also how you can't take a relationship or a romantic relationship outside of the world you live in or the society. That's why I have a line which says, if you don't feel for the Muslim homes, the Dalit woes or equality, you can't understand how you're going to feel for me. It's literally just that.
McKay Beats.
ये पर्सनल नहीं, पर बता कोई रैपर दूसरों के ये वर्सेस से नहीं, पर जो मीडिया मोदी को भी समझे शाना, घंटा वो समझेगी नहीं. Tamasha, tamasha. I hope all my brothers getting paid good.
And so now, like, hip hop has taken off in this country massively.
Yeah.
Where do you see it going and heading towards?
I think there's a little bit of dissonance, which I just try and clarify at every opportunity. The thing is, hip hop is a culture, and a culture will not grow overnight, you know, because it takes a lot to understand a culture. It's not just learning how to rap or learning rappers' names or lyrics or, you know, stuff like that. You have to understand a lot of stuff, and that takes a couple years. So even if this new wave with the movie and all that is going to spark that, it'll still take a few years for it to really build as a community and a culture, which is what I as a hip hop artist really want to see, and more than just, you know, this fleeting trend type scene. And I think the future in my head is, in India we've been so used to Bollywood just dominating entertainment. You'll know, man, the Rolling Stone, you all know, your audience knows, the whole of India, bloody Bollywood movies. There's no music industry, bro. Like borderline no music industry. Like apna jo indie scene hai, wohi hai. So hopefully, like, you know, this grows into there being an actual hip hop culture or music industry. And I think best case scenario is this becomes a parallel industry to Bollywood. Essentially, it's a way for people to express themselves and to find other people and things that they really identify with, you know, which is not just dramatized and fictionalized or whatever as Bollywood.
Thanks a lot for being part of this encore.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Thank you. You too. Check his music out also. Yes.
Yo, what you know, man? You don't know shit. Yeah, what you know? Left, you don't know shit. Yeah, what you know? Green team know that you don't know shit.
I ain't alone. I just don't belong.